Hello, this is Top Stories on Viewer Television. I am Patient CD. The military police and the Department of State Services has begun massive raids at the hideouts of the hoodlums as a preemptive measure to curb violence during Saturday's general elections. As part of the crackdown, no fewer than 63 suspected Turks were arrested in Kano on Thursday after hoodlums attacked the New Nigerian People's Party supporters. It was learned that at least 4 persons were killed while 10 vehicles were destroyed during the attack, which occurred at noon along Naibawa Zaria Road. It was learned that the NNPP supporters were on their way to Kwaranar Dangora on the outskirts of the city to receive the party's presidential candidate, Rabiu Kwankwaso, when the incident happened. The United States President Joe Biden has told Nigerians to be patient and peaceful while election officers count their votes on election day. In a statement by the United States diplomatic mission to Nigeria, Biden committed political parties and presidential candidates for signing the peace accord ahead of the Saturday's February 25th elections. Biden encouraged voters to come out on election day to exercise their fundamental freedom and make their voices heard. Meanwhile, the United States donated $25 million to support Nigeria in conducting free, fair, and credible elections. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Leonard, made this known during a roundtable chat with journalists in Abuja. Now, the Brazilian authorities have disclosed that the death toll from floods and landslides triggered by torrential rains in the country's southeast had risen to at least 50, with emergency workers continuing to dig through the wreckage. According to Sao Paulo state government, dozens of people are still missing after the disaster. Last weekend, record storms dumped more than an entire February's worth of rain in 24 hours on the picturesque beach resort town of San Sebastian, and the surrounding region triggered violent floods and landslides that tore through precariously built hillside communities. Sao Paulo Governor Statista Freitas admitted the official weather alert system had failed to avoid the tragedy. Dozens of people remained missing on Friday following a collapse at a coal mine in northern China that killed 6 state media reported. A rescue operation involving hundreds of workers was ongoing after a 180-meter high slope gave way at the open pit mine in the Inner Mongolia region, Alza, left Bana area on Wednesday. Emergency efforts were initially hampered after another landslide later that day. According to state media CCTV, 47 people were still unaccounted for. 6 were recovered alive, while another 6 were found dead. China's Ministry of Emergency Management urged all-out efforts to search for the missing personnel without delay and not to lose hope of finding them. Burkina Faso has announced a recruitment drive for 5,000 soldiers to serve in the army for at least 5 years to aid the country in its fight against jihadists. The country, one of its world poorest, has been battling a deadly insurgent since 2015. The recruitment of young male soldiers will extend from February 28 to March 7, and enlistees must have been born between January 1st, 1988 and December 31st, 2003. The minister said of Burkina Faso, 13 regions, those that are hotspots for violence, will have higher quotas for recruitment, including the western Boussel-Du Mohun region and the Sahel in the northern. Another Federal Ministry of Education has partnered with the World Bank to enhance TVET teachers' competence through the IDEAS project. Our correspondent Christopher Luca was at Gombe International Center, where a sensitization workshop organized by IDEAS project drew together a team of experts in vocational training and private firms in Northeast Nigeria to discuss ways to bridge vocational training deficiency towards meeting Nigeria's growing needs. And now here's a report.
Nigeria, the most populous black nation on earth with over 200 million citizens, has been dependent on foreign goods and services for survival. IDEAS project, which is innovation, development, and effectiveness in the acquisition of skills, seeks to make vocational training useful in meeting daily needs, creating jobs, and boosting the economy.
The IDEAS project is a project, one of its kind, that looked at the past and then is looking at the present and also forecasting the future of economic development in Nigeria, looking at the advances and trends of changes of things in technology and technical and vocational education and training globally.
Experts say there is acute shortage of thoroughbred vocational teachers in the country, with northeastern Nigeria falling far below the national average.
Even in the technical colleges, the technical teachers are just 35% of the teachers in technical colleges, which means we have technical colleges without technical teachers. Notice is the worst statistics. Like I said, notice you have about 18% of teachers that are females compared to 82% male in the North. That's the worst statistics. Nationwide is 35% to 65%.
Gombe State says it has since prioritized vocational training to meet real needs.
We have an 18 billion naira industrial park. And then some of the key formulations of that industrial park is for having skilled people in citizens of Gombe. So whoever is coming to invest in Gombe must have a certain portion of what is investing into human capital development. And this is where the IDEAS project comes in, because it is a public-private partnership for the technical colleges.
These private business owners at the seminar indicate practical skills needed in their informal sector companies.
There should be a national exhibition by the technical colleges under the auspices of the MBT, so that we see what the teachers of the technical colleges are producing.
We also have people who have the technical skills, but they lack business skills.
We have different departments in this company, because we are the one who fabricate all the machines that processing rice.
With the partnership between the federal government and World Bank, it is hoped that a policy document will be produced to address gaps in theory and practice of vocational education to help Nigeria make a quantum leap from consumption to production. Christopher Luca, Viewer Television News, Gombe.
And that's all in Top Stories. I am Patient CD. Please enjoy the rest of our programs.